In this video, I'm going to give you 5 tips on how to make YouTube videos the easy way in 2021 and make money fast. This video is going to give you an overview of how to start making videos, how to plan them, and then I'll cover the camera, audio and recording options, all of them for free. So here are the 5 top tips and tools on how to make a YouTube video. Now in this video, I actually got a script written by somebody on Fiverr, which cost around $10. And then I've used Vidnami to make the video, and Vidnami has a 14-day trial. I've not used Vidnami very much, but I quite like it. So what I've done is I've used the script, well, more about that in a second, and I've recorded myself reading the script using the Vidnami software, and then this audio was inserted into the images that creates the video. But more of my thoughts on that in a moment. Making the video probably took around 30 minutes, and in all honesty it should probably only take 15 to 20 minutes, and it usually takes me around 1 to 2 hours depending on the content and length of the sort of video that I'm making. But you don't have to do it this way. I just wanted to let you know what I was using, and I just wanted to show you another tool. So let's assume that you're a complete beginner and you don't know anything about making YouTube videos. Fortunately, it's easy and the basics can be very easily learned. So let's get started, let's begin. It sounds obvious, but plan your content and plan your video right at the very start, first thing. And the most important part of this is understanding who it is your video is for. Understand your subject. This will help you understand exactly who you're talking to, and therefore it'll help you figure out exactly what you want to say. Have an image of that person in your head, create an avatar or an ideal image if you like, and think about what problems they have and how your video, how your content is going to help them solve that problem. And so thinking about your ideal audience and who your customer is, and what tone, if you like, that you want your video to have, and so you know the kind of content that you want to produce. Then think about, well, what makes you click on a YouTube video? Just go onto YouTube and do a search on your either your target or your niche or the topic that you want to cover, and have a look at the videos that stand out for you. Actually pay close attention to the thumbnails that they use, which of them stand out for you. We talk more about thumbnails next in the next video. And then really try and identify, well, how can you stand out from what's there? What would you click on? What did you click on? You can use Canva. Canva, I think, is one of the best tools there is for creating thumbnails, and if I discover any more, I'll be sure to add it in the comments. And once you've clicked on something for whatever reason, watch the video, and then think about which videos you click away from and which videos that you continue to watch. What's stopping you from closing that tab. Many businesses, not enough, use something called the Frank Kern technique, and you will definitely have seen this. So at the start, add things like in a moment I'm going to, or at the end. This encourages people to stay and watch your content. And as long as it's relevant and you're not setting something up just with a buzzword or a click or a promise that isn't delivered, your audience will stay with you. So in terms of creating what people watch, you can create slides in Canva, you can do them in Keynote, you can do them in PowerPoint. As I've said, I'm using Vidnami for this, but there's lots of other tools. All of these tools are free, or they're on a free trial, and you can add music behind them and add voice over the top, but they're really simple and easy tools. With Vidnami you can add moving images as slides if you like, so kind of longer video clips, and this tends to improve engagement. If it's always better to add movement in your slides if you're using a slide-based presentation and not doing anything live to camera or pre-recorded to camera. With Canva you can insert video into the slides. With Canva you also get, in fact with both of them, you can add music. With Canva I've only really ever managed to add music but not audio. With Vidnami, I've managed to add audio and music. Words. Now, not all videos are going to require the same approach, so just bear that a little bit in mind. Now, if your video is wordy, and you might not know this until you start, you might want to draft a script. I've actually started doing scripts recently and I've found it incredibly useful. By doing a script, it really does help you work out whether it's relevant, whether it's in the right order, whether it makes sense, whether it's concise. It just helps, it really helps the structure of that. And if you're comfortable speaking at length with only prompts, and many people are, and quite comfortable with that myself, to be honest, that might be a better choice, but I really would consider thinking about a script, because it's very easy to ramble and to make your videos really long without meaning to, and I'm definitely prone to that. It doesn't really matter what you're working from, try and use your own voice. It's much better to use your own voice. I even tried one of these kind of automatic voice generators and I really didn't like it. And really don't worry if it doesn't sound great at the start or you don't like it. You'll over time develop your own style and develop the best way that works for you, and that will happen remarkably quickly. The next thing that I'm going to cover within this kind of section is scripts. As I said earlier, I've only started using scripts recently and I'm really surprised at how much I actually like them. When I first started trying it, I was kind of reading as I was talking, but with Vidnami I've discovered that you can read slide by slide. Now there's lots of other, sentence by sentence, there's lots of other auto-prompt tools, and I remember we used to use them in TV. You can actually even just use Word and scroll down, but you might need two machines to do that. So I've actually found this quite clever. In what I'm using at the moment, it comes up in a sentence and you record that and then it automatically creates your video, and then you can change the images of the video. What I've noticed is that it adds all the sentences as a subtitle, so think about that and make sure that you're not putting everything into the script. And as I said at the start, I got someone in Fiverr to write me a script. I then rewrote all of it. But to be honest, it was an incredibly useful guide. Audio. Don't forget that with the YouTube video, you're telling a story. And that means that a lot of the heavy lifting is done by the audio often, and not the video itself, not the pictures. So always think about the relationship between what people are hearing and what they're watching, even if it's just music that you've got. Think about the type of music, in terms of the type of content, is it upbeat, etc., etc. But really because audio can provide the narrative for what people are watching, just try and bear that relationship in mind. I started out using the mic on the desktop, and to be honest with you, I still do use it a lot, and I've used both it with PC and with Mac, and most of the time for what I'm doing at the moment, it seems to be fine. I actually found some statistics on this recently, that adding audio behind your video, adding music behind your speech audio actually increases engagement. There's different measurements around that, but the data that I've seen really does show quite a significant increase in watchability and engagement. What camera do you need? So you can really start by using the camera on your device, and I would recommend that, even often for live. But if you need better quality, and again you might if you're doing courses or you want to do lives, then you can get a really good webcam for between $30 and $50. I think I saw one the other day for $49. Recording. You can record both audio and video together using PowerPoint and Zoom. I found Canva to be good and very good for graphics, but I haven't found it great for actually creating the video. But it's absolutely perfect if you want to add music in the background only with some nice slides. With Zoom and other free tools, including PowerPoint, you can record the screen as well as you talking to the presentation. With PowerPoint, it adds a little video in the corner. With Zoom, you can either just have it as voice, so there's no video in the corner, but of course you can add the video there as well. To do it in PowerPoint, you just do record slideshow, I think. trying to remember the little tool, and then with Zoom you just create a meeting and then select screen share. But for goodness sake, don't forget to enable your audio, otherwise you have a beautiful video that you've spoken with for about 10 or 15 minutes and you play back and there's no sound there. What I really loved about Zoom was that you can do your recording and then you can trim the beginning and trim the end, and it's really fast and really easy. Don't make the mistake of trying to do that in YouTube Studio because it takes forever. And of course you can shoot your video with nothing more than your smartphone or your laptop. And that's definitely the way that I would start. If you want to do something more professional later, or you're not happy with the quality, you can purchase a webcam or a camera at a later date. But really, don't worry about technical specifications to start with. You honestly, you really don't need to worry about being an expert. So the only thing left to do is to upload to your channel. You might want to leave it unlisted just if you want to check over things, and before you make it live, leave it unlisted for maybe about an hour just to let the rendering of the video go through. I'll explain more about tagging and keywording your video and your channel setup in the next video. And congratulations, you've made it. So you now know how to make a YouTube video. Well done. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to get notification. The next video is going to go into more detail about the YouTube channel itself and help you optimize that for traffic. And please leave a comment, and if you have any tips for those watching or any tools that you found that are useful, please add that in the comments too.